Teachers get the summer off. Isn't that great? Oh, wow. Teaching must be awesome. They get the summers off. Isn't that cool? Is that true? Do we really believe that teachers get the summers off? Let me shed some light on that. My name is Seth with SethPerler.com, ExecutiveFunctionSummit.com. Our summit is coming up, our 7th year, and ExecutiveFunctionLab.com. Teachers. Do teachers get summers off? So I was a teacher for 12 years, and then I've been doing the work that I've been doing now for 13 or 14 years, and I have spoken to thousands of teachers. And over this time, and I'm still in touch with so many teachers. I hear from teachers all the time, and I've just heard so many stories. Every story you can possibly imagine, I've probably heard a million times over. And teachers, one of the things that people say is, oh, you're so lucky you get summers off. And teachers can often feel frustrated when people say that because they're very misunderstood. First of all, the summer off is very well deserved. And if you haven't thanked your teachers for everything that they've done and just done some gesture to say, hey, thanks, we know that this is a lot what you do. The job of a teacher is endless. Many teachers take their work home with them every day or most days. They often take their work home with them on the weekends. They often go in early. They often work through their lunch and often through their planning periods, obviously. Oftentimes during their planning periods, they're supporting students and they can't even do their planning and grading. So what teachers do is they usually have what's called a planning period, as if you're able to really plan for several periods of working with students a day in a 45-minute period as your planning period. So many teachers work through lunch. They often are working with students. They're often working with students during their planning periods. They often then stay late after work. They often then go home and do some work or planning or grading at home. They'll, as I said, often do it during the weekends. And they're often paying for a lot of things in their classroom throughout the entire school year. Bit by bit, they're using their paychecks a lot of times to do things that the students need because it's not paid for by the school or the district or what have you. They're doing this out of their own pocket. Meanwhile, they're also getting paid very little. So many teachers either take on other jobs or side hustles, or they do other things within the school itself. So if they were to stay after school and coach a sport or do this or that, they can also earn extra money that way, but it's often very little money relative to the time that they put in and really their needs. So teachers, just typically across the board in the United States of America, are not valued. We don't pay teachers enough. And I mean that. They are not paid enough. They are not paid a living wage. Okay. So when teachers hear, oh, you're so lucky you get summers off, first of all, that's something that often comes into a teacher's mind is, well, I need it. Second thing that often comes to mind is, well, I'm actually going to be working through the summer. Sometimes they'll be working other jobs, as I mentioned, or things like that. But sometimes they're also working on their classroom. They're planning for the upcoming school year, their own training that they're paying sometimes their own money for during the summer to be a better teacher for kids. So they're oftentimes spending time during their summer to earn extra money or to be a better teacher. Teachers often, after the school year is over, will stay at school for a few days. Some teachers are there for a lot of the summer. And then a lot of teachers go back before school starts back up. So let's say school starts back up on September, whatever, and they might be there a week to 2 weeks before prepping the classroom. Can you imagine what goes into prepping a classroom for however many students for a school year? Teachers go, they spend time and energy and money trying to make the best classroom they possibly can. So a lot goes into this. So I just want to give this shout out to teachers. First of all, teachers who are out there watching this, thank you. If I left anything out, pop in the comments, other things that people should know about that happened during the summer where you feel misunderstood because people don't understand what goes into this. It's not like you're just going to sit by the beach, drinking martinis and chilling. It is oftentimes you're either working or taking care of other even family responsibilities that you didn't have time to take care of, or any other sorts of normal life things that you just didn't have time to take care of, because teachers are often not just working 40 hours a week. They might be working 45, 50, 55, 60, maybe even more hours a week. It took me 6 or 7 years of teaching before I finally started to say, I need a day off. I'm going to force myself to take one of my weekend days off every week and not do any school related work. So it took me 6 or 7 years to be like, I need this boundary for myself. I can't do this. It gets to burnout phase. Meanwhile, or is it over? You can look up the statistic 50% of teachers leave teaching by year 5. That means that these people have dedicated tons of time and money, 4 years of college or more, plus the money to go to college to become a teacher. And then they quit by their 5th year because they're so burnt out, because it's not working for them, because they're not doing what they had imagined teaching would be. And then we have these teachers that stay teachers and stay for their whole career. And thank goodness for them. Yes, there's tons of problems with the education system, tons. But teachers are they are the absolute angels. They are lifesavers. Yes, I know there are teachers that shouldn't be in the classroom. That is few and far between. The vast majority of teachers are underworked, or overworked, underpaid, and are full of heart and soul and dedication. And they're often really not treated well by a few parents every year, maybe by admin in general, and this, that, and the other. Like, these people in our society are such incredibly important human beings. They wear so many hats that we don't even understand that they wear. And let me tell you, managing a classroom and managing kids, and I don't like the term classroom management because I don't look at it like we're managing a classroom in that way, in like a discipline way, because great teachers inspire their kids, and their kids are, there's not classroom management problems because they're engaged in learning. So really seasoned, great teachers. And it takes years to become great at anything. Think about your career and how long it has taken you to become good at whatever you're really good at. And they're quitting at year 5, but the ones who stay, they're becoming seasoned teachers, they're becoming leaders. And again, we have teacher shortages everywhere. And teachers who stay teachers, thank you. We need you. Society literally needs you. I know that people are often hard on you and expect unrealistically, and it can lead to burnout just so much from you. But thank you from all of us for everything, every drop of blood, sweat, tears that you put into helping our kids in this society. So, teachers, my wish for you and my hope for you is that you are able to take as much self-care time as you can this summer. I know that many of you do have a full summer and you don't have a lot of time to yourself. My hope for you is that you can carve out some times and really get some time where you can get downtime, reset your nervous system, have peace of mind, space out, relax, get bored. Probably some of us have forgotten what it's like to be bored because we're so busy, get bored. Use your imagination, your creativity, your connection with people, whatever you need to do to reset. I really hope that for you, and hope that you have an amazing summer and obviously an amazing start back up, refreshed to serve our little human beings. Thank you for what you do.